letting society tell you about the best skincare routines, the hottest plastic surgeons, or the cream that will keep your skin from aging. It's time we start asking ourselves, what the fuck is beauty anyway? If we remove all the IG filters, is there more to a beautiful face than just skincare? Well, I'm here to share it with you, and hell yeah, there is. My name is Jen Carrasco. I have been an esthetician, as well as a high-level fitness competitor, and an all-around badass for over a decade. And I need you to know there is way more to keeping your mind and body clean than just a cream. Join me each week as I cut the BS out of getting healthy, caring for ourselves, and caring for our skin. I share real tips, real ingredients, and real experience. Now let's get some answers on what the fuck is beauty anyway. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jen here, and I'm riding solo today, but today I want to talk a little bit off subject, more or less about motivation and what gets us motivated and what gives us driven and why we conquer our dreams and goals and aspirations. I get a lot of DMs about motivating people and getting them going and getting them started, just even in general on business or ventures of nutrition goals. So I want to start this off with something for you to reflect on, something for you to think about. So when you look at your year or the last 90 days of your life, I have some questions for you. How many books have you read in the last 90 days? Books that inspire you to reach out of your comfort zone, to get you to the point of driving yourself to those extra goals and inspirations that you want into your life, whether it be health, business related, family. The next one is, what classes have you taken to better yourself? Classes meaning it could be spiritual classes, growth classes, prayer classes. It could be business classes, things that are going to enhance your team, enhance the people that work for you, or enhance what you can offer for the people that you work for. And the next thing is, how much time do you spend on you in a week? Meaning, how much time do you spend on you and your growth patterns? Do you wake up in the morning, or do you just go straight for your cell phone? Do you go straight for your coffee? Do you analyze anything about what's going on and making that time for you to grow as a person and to look at your dreams and your goals and things that you want to achieve? The next thing is, what new skill have you acquired within, say, this year? What new skills or new attributes that you can give to other people to help other people in general, which will help your own life? I just feel that a lot of people are living in fear, and they're really not living up to their dreams because they lack that self-esteem, or not necessarily maybe lack the self-esteem, but they lack the fact that they might fail. And so that's going to get me on my first topic today, which is failure. And honestly, I am not where I should be at this point in my life because of fear of failure. And going back to the fear of failure it's more business. It's funny. It's not like in my personal life or my nutrition life. It's because I can keep control of my body. I know what I eat. I know what I do. I know I can get ready for a show because I can control it. So it's almost having that control set mind and that control of, I can control my output of my own life within my diet and nutrition to get a result. But when you come to relationships, or you come to business, or having employees in your business, which I don't say employees, team members, when I have them in my business, for me is that fear of unknown, and I can't control what's going on. So a lot of times that fear resonates to something negative because you're fearing the unknown instead of just enjoying every day as it comes. And within my 40 years of life here, I have learned that honestly, when I excel the most in business, personal relationships, my child, my stepchildren, is when I don't try to control it and I try to live in the now and try to enjoy every moment that it's happening. Because there's a lot of fear. For instance, right now I'm growing. I did a business, I collaborated a business about a couple of years ago that was definitely not a positive collaboration, and I'm starting from scratch again. People don't realize how fearful that is, and especially what I'm doing. Instead of just opening up a business like I know I can again, I'm taking it in a different avenue that is out of my comfort zone, something that I don't know what the outcome's going to be. I just know that it feels right in my heart, and it feels right for what I'm doing, and it feels right with me helping other individuals to get to a point in their life that they're successful. And so my goal going out is I'm branching out and opening up a couple shops. Well, that's really fearful. You don't know what's going to happen. It's the unknown. But I don't want to live in that. I don't want to live in the fear. I want to live in the everyday of making shit happen. And honestly, as a business person and entrepreneur, anybody's going to tell you they have ups and downs. And it's what you get from those ups and downs that make you who you are and where you achieve and what goals you want to be. For instance, I've been married twice, and I can say they're failed marriages, which they didn't work out. But honestly, I learned a lot from those marriages of who I am, what I want to be, what I want in a future partner. So instead of looking at it like I failed at something, it's actually a lesson learned that I grew from to make me a better person for my partner going into the future. And that's the same with children. I did a lot with my stepkids and my son and things that I look back and think, oh shit, I should have done that differently. But that's what makes us grow, and that's what makes us better. And I can sit down and have a conversation with my son or my stepkids and say, hey, when you have kids, try this because this is what worked for me. And that's growth. And I really wanted to go on here a little bit more today about motivation, inspiration, because I see this just even within my clients as far as nutrition goes. I see a lot of people that are saying, oh, well, I'm eating clean and I'm doing this and this isn't working. But honestly, when you break it down and you look at what you're doing, are you honestly being truthful to yourself that you are doing what it takes to get to that point? And it's funny because I have clients that excel and clients that don't. And I'm thinking to myself, it's because you're not implementing what you need to implement on. And that all stems down to self-worth. And it's what you think of yourself and where you want to be and what you want to achieve and what standards you have for yourself. So going through my divorce, dating and doing these things, I went through a huge cycle and a learning cycle for myself. And I would wake up every morning and I would change my outlook and I would I would meditate. I would think to myself, I am worthy. I'm worthy of this type of love. This is what I want in a partner. This is what I want in business. And I put that out there. And the thing is that I will not lower my standards for anybody else because I deserve that. When I do hiring for my team members that I have, and that's even for the electrical company as far as my skincare company, is I ask huge questions, meaning where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you want to go? What motivates you? People are driven by different motivations. It could be they're driven to change the world with what we're doing as a team. They could be driven by money. They could be driven by, having free time with their family. There's so many things that people are driven by, and you need to listen to that and learn as a culture of what works for your business and what works for your personal life. And to me, those are huge stepping stones that have changed and evolved the way that I think. So as far as business goes, there is that fear of the unknown for me. But I honestly thrive on that fear of the unknown, because if I lived every day knowing exactly what I was going to get every day, how fucking boring would that be for my entire life? It'd be absolutely boring. So I guess my thing going forward with my motivational talk today is I see a lot of people that say, I'm killing it, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm achieving this, but I have this setback. And honestly, nobody has setbacks. It's what you bring into your life. You need to look at it as it's a learning curve, and it's going to get you where to the point you need to be for your next endeavor in your life. Things happen in your life for reasons for you to learn and to grow from. I was listening to a Tony Robbins YouTube video this morning on my walk. So I wake up every morning and I wake up to either a meditation or I wake up to a motivational speech that I find on YouTube to get my day started. I usually do that, and then I go for a walk and listen more or less motivational or what's going to inspire me for the day to be a better person and to bring my best for my clients and my team members. And so this morning I was listening and it really hit home, and I actually printed out a couple of things from Tony that I wanted to talk about today. But what I listened, it was like a huge impact. So he was saying there was this $1 billion company, they were going to downsize huge, and they sent out a thing to all of their employees that worked for them. Stated that they were going to get a certain amount of the people that they chose to stay in the business were going to make this certain amount of money, which was like an astronomical amount of money that they would make in a year to stay in the business, but that they were going to only pick so many people to stay in the business. And so the other people that didn't want to stay in the business could get a severance package, which was like so much money, blah, 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 blah. 3% of the employees decided to stay and see what happened. The other people took the severance package. So I don't know if that resonates to you, but that resonates to me as far as only 3% out of that company, those people have the motivation for themselves. They think they're worth something. So what is that saying to everybody else in that company? They're saying that they're not worth it. They don't think that they're worth having that pay increase. And the reason why I think this is so beneficial for you to listen to is because that's our society. I have girls that I motivate. I have girls that are within my company. Honestly, some of them really drive and they really push, and others really lack motivation for themselves, meaning they can achieve so much in their life. They don't resonate with how amazing they are. So it's food for thought for you to listen to today, because are you that 3% of that company that you know you can go out and kill it and you know that you're worthy of something? Or are you the rest of the people in the society that doubt yourself and doubt what you have to bring to others? Because each one of us in this life is here for a reason, to bring things to other individuals. That's why we're here to be on earth. That is what our source is, what we need to do. We need to go out and give and to help other people to get out of our comfort zone, get out of our fear. Okay, so hey, you might lose it all. Well, guess what? I've lost everything fucking twice in my life already. So who cares? I'm gonna live and enjoy every single life and do what I want to do. And I get a lot of slack from people that say, you know, all you do is work and drive and push yourself and do this and do that and live a little, do this. Well, guess what? This is my living a little. My living a little is actually doing my podcast, motivating people, inspiring people, getting people in my chair and talking to them about life and making them laugh and teaching them skin, teaching them life lessons, teaching them health, nutrition. That is what I enjoy. That is my livelihood. Do I enjoy going to Thailand or Greece or all these other places and relaxing a little bit? I do, but I enjoy waking up and getting on this podcast and speaking and talking and helping people. You know, for instance, people think it just comes easy to all of these huge people like Ed Mylett or Andy Frisella. All of these people think it just comes super easy to them. Well, you know what? When I first started my podcast, I went back and I listened to Ed Mylett and I listened to Andy, whom are my brothers of the Arete Syndicate and my mentors and people I truly look up to. And I listened to their first podcast, and you know what? They're nowhere near what they are right now in speaking or their podcast or where they came from. And when I first started in my podcast, I fucking sucked. And honestly, I would listen to myself and say, I don't want to hear myself speak. Who would listen to this shit? She's just rambling off chemicals and this and that. And then I started getting feedback from people saying, man, you really inspire me. Man, I really learned a lot. And my motivation got better and better and better. And now I'm sitting here having a talk, literally with no literature in front of me, having to talk about motivation and what drives me. You know what? Go for it. Go for the gusto. Go for what you want to do. Inspire other people. Inspire yourself. Get out of your fucking comfort zone and live this life. Because what happens tomorrow when you die, or the next day, or whatever your time period is for this life, you want to live it. I guess that's my talk today, because I've seen it around me a lot lately, and it's been really discouraging to me because I don't feel like people go over and beyond what they're capable of and what they can do. So I printed out a couple things from Tony Robbins, and I kind of wanted to reiterate what I saw, what I heard from him today, and to go over that with you. My questions this morning of what motivates you. I really want you to think about that and write it down. In the morning, wake up, have a journal, write down 5 things that you want to accomplish in that day. And if you don't get those 5 things done, carry it on to the next day. That will motivate you, and that will keep you going every single day of things that you do want to accomplish in life. So, other way of question is, what is your passion? What are you passionate about? What gets you out of bed every day with enthusiasm? Write that down. Put that in your journal. Then go for the gusto with that. So listening to him, he talks about what drives ourselves forward to complete tasks. And that could be with physical, mental, business-wise, nutrition. If you want to have this body that you dream of, but you go and you start binge eating, or you eat your chocolate, or you eat everything else, and I'm totally guilty of it, you need to look at it as though you're not giving yourself more kudos for what you're worth. And I guess that's going forward what, I want to talk about with you. So one of the best things you can do to create mastery in any area of your life is to raise a belief to the level of conviction. So this is from Tony Robbins. Convictions are the core of what motivates you in life. Conviction, because of the passion it inspires in us, has the power to drive you to action and push you through all kinds of obstacles. For example, the conviction to never let yourself become out of the shape will compel you to make constantly healthy lifestyle choices, empowering you to get more enjoyment out of your life in the long run. The conviction that you are an intelligent and resourceful person can help you steer you through incredibly tough times. So, how can you reinforce a belief and turn it into a conviction that will help you to make a positive, lasting change in your life? Now, I want you to write this down if you can. If you're driving, go back to it later. Number 1, identify the basic belief that you want to elevate. Number 2, reinforce your belief by adding powerful references to create a conviction around a healthy lifestyle. You might research the medical consequences of gaining weight, etc., etc. Then talk to people who have lost weight and kept it off. The more references you develop, the stronger your conviction. Then find a triggering event or make your own. You may be surprised how much of your energy comes down to breathing and to giving yourself enough time to reflect through morning meditation, which I address that I do every day. If you really are serious about restoring that passion that motivates, the motivation to succeed, not just professionally, but within all aspects of your life, you can start by taking the 10-day energy challenge, which you can check on Tony Robbins. I totally highly recommend him. He's a fabulous motivator. So I also have, which I don't think that I've told a lot of people, is I do coaching calls. I do coaching calls, and you can go online on my Square app and you can download a coaching call with me. It could be a coaching call for diet and nutrition. It could be a coaching call for just motivation, inspiration. It can be a coaching call for business. So being with the Arete Syndicate was definitely a fear. So I'm going to explain this to you, my fear. When Kevin, my other half, my better half, I should say, that motivates me a lot. He addressed last year about this time, hey, let's go to this live event. I bought these tickets. I really want you to go see them. And I've heard of Ed Mylett. Andy I've been through with this First Form for 5 years. So I know Andy and I know Emily. Emily is one of my great girlfriends. So I have known them for years. And So I said, yeah, let's go out there. And then I can connect with Emily. We can go out to lunch. We can, yeah, let's go. So we went out there and I sat through the live event. And my knowledge of what I had only excelled literally by numerous amounts of things that I learned in just that one day event. The people that I met at that event were extraordinary. At the end of the event, I thought to myself, they didn't announce yet that I could join them, but it was close to the end of the event. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to look them up online and I'm just going to put my application in, because these are the people that I want to surround myself with, because this is where I'm going to be one day. And I already knew that. And I filled in that application. Then at the end of the live event, they said, hey, we're offering applications if you want to go online. So what I'm trying to say is that the universe already talked to me about the universe, God, whatever higher power it is to you, talked to me about already doing that. And I followed my intuition and I did it. And then when they said that again, I filled out another application. So that day I filled out 2 applications. Then about a week later, I thought, I'm going to fill out another application. So I filled out another application. I don't know if it all goes into one pot. I don't know what happens, but I think I ended up filling out 3 or 4 applications. And I thought to myself, these are the people, this is where I'm going to be one day. I am going to be there. I think it was, June. Yeah, because it was right before my birthday. I got a email saying that I made it into the syndicate. My first intention was like, oh shit, this is fearful. I can't do this. I can't do this. And it was that fear. I called Kevin, and this is what I mean when we need these people in our lives and the motivational and the friends. I called him and I said, listen, I got accepted. He goes, what's your first intuition? And I said, I need to sign up. I said, but it's a lot. Like, I have to work really hard to do this. And he goes, Jennifer, you are that person. You can do that. Why the fuck are you fearful over this? Why are you lacking self-confidence on this? What the fuck is wrong with you? And it brought it back home to me. And I thought, you're fucking right. This is where I belong. This is what I need to be. And I signed up and I turned in my application. I signed on and I'm a syndicate member. I'm one of them. That is my family. And being involved with them has gotten me to the point of totally excelling what I ever thought that I would probably be at right now, which honestly, I should be 10 times, if not 100 times farther than what I should be right now. But it is involved people into my life that I can call upon that are at my level, if not above my level, to get me to their level. And this is what I'm saying is this is what you need in your life. You need these people to motivate you, to push you. So if you hear somebody calling you out on your bullshit, don't take it as a negative response and think, well, you're just trying to demolish me or you're just trying to belittle me. No, that person is trying to motivate you to be the person that you're supposed to fucking be for this society. You need to look at it as a different outlook in your brain. The girls in the syndicate are amazing. We inspire each other. We push each other. I have called upon 3 of them for business help, and each one of them has sat down and given me an hour to 2 to 3 hours out of their day to go over things, have linked people into my life. So just 3 days ago, I got my actual trademark for my Virago Skin and Body Studio that I had help from someone to link me to trademark my company. So now I have trademarked my company and I am trademarking my clothing and skincare line as well on top of it. So within me being in the syndicate for not even a year, I would say, 5 months, I have trademarked my company. I have opened up 2 new locations. I have started my podcast. I have redone my website, redone my marketing aspect, hired 3 new girls in my business. I came from a failing business that is now out of business that I had to restart because they couldn't structure their shit correctly. So you can achieve anything in life that you want. You need to get over the fact of having fear. So let's go back to Tony Robbins. I'm going to go over some quick tips to get motivated. Sometimes you're working towards a long-term goal, but need a burst of motivation in the moment. As you consider what motivates you right now, get and stay empowered for success. Number 1, turn shoulds into musts. If you won't make your goal a priority, it won't get done. As Tony says, don't should all over yourself. That should be your next logo for yourself. Set specific goals. If you want to write a book, set a concrete objective, such as, I want to write 200 pages. Don't lose steam tracking undefined goals. By setting metrics, you can better gauge your progress and get the positive feedback you need to feel motivated to continue. The next one would be chunk your tasks. Like I said, I write down 5 tasks every morning of what I want to get accomplished that day. I also write down tasks of things that I want to happen within that month and my goal setting of what I expect. So chunk your tasks into manageable, actionable goals. This way you resist feeling overwhelmed, but even more importantly, you attach emotional significance to your goals. Make a commitment, get inspired as you consider what motivates you in life. The next one would be recharge your batteries with deep breathing. So for me, I need that day to decompress. I do need that morning to where I can sit around a little bit, have a cup of coffee. I need to go for my morning walk. But what also motivates me is I need to go and let out stress in the gym. I need to go and push those fucking weights. If I can't go and push those weights to decompress, I become a grumpy ass person. And that's not healthy for anybody in my life. So recharge your batteries, release toxins and flood your cells with oxygen by breathing deeply. At night when I go to bed, I listen to more or less a meditation for deep breathing, or a meditation to get me to relax and get all of that shit out of my brain that I've been thinking about all day. So what I do is I close my eyes and I really meditate with somebody speaking, and I deep breathe with them. And it really, really helps me. And it helps me to get a better sleep. The next one is get results coaching. So like I said, I do coaching calls. I also myself listen to people and have them coach me, because that extremely helps me. 4, finally, you need to take action. Each action you take strengthens your commitment and raises the level of your emotional intensity and conviction. What change will you create today by raising one of your beliefs to a conviction? Pick one and create an action plan. Using the 4 steps above that we just talked about, remember to put your dates on your plan to keep yourself moving forward and track your progress. So that is my spiel today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Something that I really feel like a lot of people need to listen to, especially even the people that surround me with my businesses. Excited. I posted on my Instagram, on my story. My son posted something last week. It was awesome because he's gonna be 20 next month. He's different from a lot of kids, but he still needs that motivational act. He unfortunately had one other person in his life that I think made him feel like he needs to just be society driven and live in, and he doesn't have to progress things in life. And he has me who constantly is like going and going and going. And he has that other one that doesn't do anything. So for me to look back and see what he posted this week, he posted on his Instagram about how people are posting that they're getting this and they have this car and they have that car, but he sees them just sitting on a fucking couch not doing anything, while he's working 12-hour days with not posting anything, but he's achieving much more in life, and he's going to get somewhere because he will work hard to get to that point. Man, that made me a fucking happy mom, because it's not so much that you have to work hard. It's about working with motivation and working to achieve something in life that you want to do or give to others. That resonated with me, and I'm super proud of him. It was good. It was funny. He's been working 7 days straight, literally probably getting 4 hours of sleep because our electrical company has just been off the hook lately. And he came home one night and he's clean after working and not getting much sleep. And I look and he's cleaning his room. And I go in there and I'm like, damn, dude, I'm fucking proud of you. Like, you're growing. You work hella hard, and then you came home and you cleaned your room on top of it. Instead of just going and falling asleep in your mess, a pile of shit in your room. He kind of laughed, and I was like, man, you're grown up. So I guess what I'm trying to say and get that outlook out there of this is that you might have a pile of shit around you, and you might be working fucking like, I don't know, 18-hour days, barely getting any sleep, who knows? But you're cleaning your shit up while you're doing it, and you're gonna be somewhere one day, and you're gonna help other people being there. So motivate people, get inspired, help people. Have a great day, you guys. Thanks for tuning in this week. I hope you feel more empowered and more inspired to love the skin you're in. As we navigate new society norms and beauty daily, make sure to always ask yourself, what the fuck is beauty to me? And know that's all that matters. If you love this content today, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review. Follow me and get more info on my guests at viragostudio.com. Yes, I said it, viragostudio.com. And that's the shit. See you on the next episode, beauties.